Hello and welcome. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Each stand one nation. Okay, welcome to the February meeting.
Hold on, I gotta get
Again,
Margie in here. She has not come in
a
yet.
couple of traveling board members. Dialed in.
She hasn't logged in yet.
Margie may not be logging in. She told me she wasn't going to be.
We need one more. Oh, we do have four. No, no.
Yeah, no. Matt is going to be.
Well, we have four here anyway, so seven. So yeah, we're good.
Right.
Okay.
So Matt is there, or isn't there?
Matt?
That's here. Steve, that's here. That's the black one.
No, no.
That's right back here.
No,
That's
Matt's
here.
not, but Matt has not logged in
Yeah,
yet.
this is
so-
what I'm asking.
But he's listening,
Listening.
but he's not present in the meeting.
Here he is. You can hear us.
Okay.
Matt, listening. You guys. Okay, Paul, will you call the roll, please, certify the quorum of the notice?
Okay, we have Karen Gilmartin, Steve Burke, Nathaniel Monks, and Pat Kepke present. So we have a quorum for the meeting and notice was posted in accordance with Florida statute.
Alrighty, I have a motion to approve the January meeting minutes.
Motion confirmed.
And a second,
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Approved. Okay, so it's February and Portside, our restaurant. I hope all of you had a chance to go. It's doing very well. These guys are hitting their targets financially. They're very happy. It seems like the community is very happy with the restaurant. The course that we've been getting on food quality and quality of service has been very high. And so we're hopeful and want to support these guys and have them have a successful tenure here at Pelican Marsh. And to that end, we encourage everybody to encourage their friends and neighbors to use the restaurant to try. So far, so good. I do want to mention that because of busyness of the community center this time of year, the parking lot is stressed. And so anyone who is participating in an activity with other folks, where it's possible to carpool, we would recommend that you think about that. Even if you just bring one other person, it can make a big difference. Also, it's come to our attention that there actually is a Florida law that stipulates that if there is a sidewalk present, that there shouldn't be any running or walking in the road. That means that we need to have all joggers and walkers stay out of bike lanes. If there is a sidewalk present, joggers and walkers should use the sidewalks exclusively. If you're on one of our roads, that does not have a sidewalk. But it actually is the law. So if you see folks jogging or walking in the bike lanes on the road, there is no bike lane. You might give them a friendly reminder. Or not. Thank you. Okay, so Nathaniel, treasurer's report.
Thank you. All right, the treasurer's report would probably appear on the screen in just a moment. It's a good one. Starting out 2023, what do you want to start out 2023? Our net income
Hold on,
was
hold on a second, let me get it.
all right. Good. Net income for January was 9,000 over budget, better than budget. Mostly it's due to fitness and court sports are getting better than budget. Fitness results at $9,498 better than budget. I guess people are out of COVID mode and they're going back to fitness classes. That's very good. Court sports is $5,800 better than budget. Again, lots of people getting lessons, paying the guest fee, and there's even lots of excellent merchandise now. Even if you're not a tennis player, if you're a golfer, you can probably buy a good shirt in the tennis facility, which you never could before. Check that out. They're doing a really good job with merchandising. Social activities always finishes right at budget. Food and beverage operator doing amazing. We spent about $2,200 out of that budget in January to buy things that we needed for the restaurant. We're budgeted about, give or take, 4 houses a month this year. We're selling houses for resale fees. January was a little bit less than normal. It was only 3, but it looks like there could be a whole bunch of them in February and March. There's already 11 pending. The ones that closed in January under the old rate where they paid $6,000 when you're leaving, but now when people close in the future, they made their contract after the board changed that, they'll be $7,500 each time. So it'll be this year we'll have a few at 6,000 and the majority will be at 7,500. As always, anything I say too quickly, ask me later. Look on the website. You can find these reports at the Pelican Marsh website, page 2. Okay, you see our cash balances there in operating fund. And the reason that you'll see at the bottom that our ending cash is so much larger than the beginning cash in January 1. This is people paying their HOA fees. They're all flooding in right now. The replacement fund, or this board puts all the money from resale fees into the replacement fund until it's fully funded for the whole year. It's going to be somewhere around $216,000, I believe. But when that gets fully funded, then money can go to other places. So for right now, the replacement fund is just going to get added on to every month before anything else does. Capital fund, the fund for improving things, nothing's really changed. Next page. Okay, here's the small numbers, the small print, but this kind of details what I told you in the first page. You can see also here on the very far right hand side, we've added a column so you can see what things were kind of like before COVID, because the last few years have been a little weird in some of our departments because of face masks. And so you can see that fitness revenues on the top line is a good one to use. 50,800. You go all the way over to the right, and you can see that that is actually more than 2019 January. But then if you look at 2022 and 23, there's wildly less. So now we're actually exceeded 2019. So the COVID problem in the fitness revenues is now taken care of. You can see our expenses are up because a lot of that in fitness, people get a lesson or a massage or something, and then we have to pay the contractor. So expenses do directly relate to income. So you see the same thing in the other areas also. Court sports does not correspond directly because we now take the lesson income through our computers where we didn't used to. So that's why that looks so different. But everything, each column you look at, they're all looking good. And of course, food and beverage is doing great. Page 4. Okay, so here's the only bit of bad news that we all know doesn't really mean anything. That 3 people managed to close their house instead of 4 last month. It'll be better next month. And so you'll see the budget at the bottom every month. This is going to be they'll just keep ticking up really fast. That's all I have. That's a good easy report. I like January. That's all.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Great report. Okay, Paul, Foundation Energy.
Yes, sir.
Could the foundation get you a laser pointer?
Well, we need to save up 1 year for that and couldn't. I like that. Okay, yeah, we'll work on that.
Okay, Paul, Foundation Manager.
Okay, as Steve mentioned earlier, we're busy around the community centers, so we appreciate people carpooling if possible, and also make sure you're signing up for events early because they're filling up pretty fast. Also said the courtside has been open now 2 months, and they've been relaying to me, the team, they're very excited and happy to be here. And now they want to let everyone know that they're going to start having live music out on the patio. That's going to start this Sunday. So look in your email blast for that notice of music and other future dates of music coming out. So trying to make things happen and make it fun when you come out. The CDD reported they will start construction on the new gatehouses starting the 1st of April, with the Vanderbilt Beach Road entrance being first, followed by airport, and then 41 entrance. The construction of each gatehouse is approximately going to take 4 months to complete. And the CDD will be sending out an email blast in the next few weeks on the timelines of this construction for details and options for alternate entries into Pelican Marsh during the construction of each gatehouse. And they'll also be posting signs out at the entrance to make people aware of the situation. There are still some homes in Pelican Marsh that need attention for their cleaning and general upkeep. So please remember that Pelican Marsh rules require that all homes be kept clean and maintained. So we're asking for everyone to please go out and inspect their home, walk around it, and look for anything issues wise, and then schedule any necessary cleaning and maintenance that is needed. That's going to be very appreciated, as we want everyone to do their part in keeping Pelican Marsh looking its best this season. Again, we want to remind everyone this time of year brings out a lot of more residents out walking, biking, and jogging. So certainly when you're driving through the community, make sure you're following the speed limits and stopping at all stop signs to keep everyone safe. And certainly make sure we have your current email and other contact information on file so we can assure you're kept updated and informed of what's happening in Pelican Marsh. And if we don't have your current information, please stop by the admin office to provide that information for us. Lastly, the staff again always appreciates everyone's help and support throughout the season. And we always welcome comments and suggestions so we can make and look for improvements where needed. That's my report.
Thank you, Paul.
What's going on with
The CDD is starting construction on the Vanderbilt gatehouse entrance first. And so it's each entrance is going to be approximately 4 months. We're going to start with Vanderbilt. We're going to end with 41. Yeah, it's going to be, they're going to knock down the old gatehouse, put up new gatehouses. They're going to redo the whole entrance. They're going to redo the signs, landscaping, the whole gate. It's going to be freshened up and nicer.
Yeah, this is part of the whole plan. All the landscaping in the community had just recently was redone. And then part of that is now they're going to do gates, update.
Send all the specific dates on this out in the Pelican Marsh brief, so when you get that, you'll see the whole layout.
A question, he mentioned that there might be alternative points of entry or something to that effect. Does that mean like a different?
No, so what they're going to say is, like, for instance, for members, there's an alternate pathway through the Galleria that they can use that gate to enter Pelican Marsh.
Oh, okay. They're not like creating a new one. Or
No, this is for, if you usually come, like, say, in the Vanderbilt boat entrance, they'll give you alternate routes to get to your house.
Okay, so this month's committee report will be an exciting update from Fitness Advisory. Patrick? That'd be exciting.
This year, the fitness equipment in the gym is due for replacement for reserve schedule. This much needed replacement. The equipment is timely as some of our pieces, for example, the treadmills are obsolete. We can no longer find replacement parts for repairs. In addition, an upgrade to the fitness facility makes Pelican Marsh more competitive with similar facilities in other communities and has a positive impact on real estate values. In preparation for this upgrade, in the past year, the fitness committee has visited several comparable area communities to look at various lines of equipment and to determine what would be best fit for our community. After the review, the fitness committee concluded that the Precore line would be the best fit for us. This Precore line, which would replace all our cardio equipment and most of our strength equipment, would come at a cost no greater than $245,000, which is in line with what we have set aside in our reserves. I have Guillermo Friza here today from FitRev to give us a brief outline on the Precore line and how those pieces of equipment would fit into our current space in the gym.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me. So, as Patrick mentioned, yes, we have worked with several communities in the area, and have really been able to create a good space with the right product for your community. So, one of the items that we are able to provide is the Peloton bike. Some of you may be familiar with Peloton. Peloton does have a commercial bike that we offer. We are the exclusive distributor in the area, And typically, some people have used it in their homes. This is a commercial bike, has a commercial warranty. We are closing putting at least one into the fitness center. The club would have a subscription for the club, which gives you an unlimited amount of profiles. So if you don't have a Peloton subscription, let's say at home already, you don't need to buy one. It's already included in the price. So it's very easy to set up. And so that means that any bike in the world after that, you can access the same account provided for you. It has multiple content on the bike and off the bike as well. So you're able to do things like stretching, foam rollers, using mat workout, things like that. So we'll be able to strategically put the bike to where you're going for this.
Excuse me,
Yes.
did you say there's gonna be one of these?
We have at least one. So actually we have different layouts for this particular bike. We have, I actually have two different variations that I've been working with Patrick on the layout. And what we do is we help them create a budget. Then as we progress and we get closer, then we can determine whether, okay, instead of this many treadmills, should we get more ellipticals or 2 Pelotons instead of 1?
Okay.
So there's definitely some flexibility there. So moving on with the strength equipment, this is an example of our strength line. It's called the Resolute line. It's our latest and greatest. As you can see, some of the new features that you'll see compared to what you have now is it's going to be very easy to, as you walk into the room, to see all the machines and know sort of the direction you're going to take, right? You're going to go towards your upper body, lower body, or machines. All the towers are the same height. So again, it gives you a nice view of the whole lineup. And all of the machines, so for example, this one is a chest press, it's a convergent chest press, which means that each side it's operational individually. So it does give you more flexibility in types of workouts and all the adjustments. You see those visual pointers with that the orange handles and levers. So they're designed to make it easy for you to adjust. Basically, pull, push, motions to adjust the seats and different settings of the machine. And also on the weight stacks. See it. One nice feature about the strength equipment, all the strength equipment has a QR code on the shroud on the front of it. That QR code allows you to point at any type of device, a smart device, like a phone or a tablet. As you hover over it, it's going to give you you can click on the link. It's going to take you to an instructional video. So we have a whole library for instructional videos for every piece of equipment. These go anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute and a half, depends on the machines. And you can save them. A lot of people save them and watch at home. But it does give you a little bit, again, instructions so you know how to properly use each piece of equipment.
Patrick explained the color combination we'll be getting.
Color combination we have down right now is that we have black upholstery with a metal gray frame. We had a lot of white frames in our old pieces.
So this one right here, right?
One to the left of that.
Yeah, so
This one?
that is a black pearl, which is a matte finish. Basically will be the one on the right, all the way to the right, that frame, that's the color we're looking at, but with a black upholstery. So it gives a nice contrast with the new equipment and the equipment that you are keeping. That way, everything will be basically black and gray.
Got it.
This is just some more information on this particular line. Again, I always stress on strength equipment. I know sometimes feels like a leg press is just a leg press, but what they try to do when they design these is, as you can see on the leg press, it's a fixed 35-degree angle, and they figure that's the optimal angle for you. And it does make it easier getting in and getting out of the machine as well. So it's also a lot safer. This is another machine that you guys don't have currently, and this is a new one. It's called the Stair Climber. Sure, many of you have used these in the past. The Stairmaster, you've probably seen those. They So you can see on the product features, some of the new features on this stair climber are, it is very easy to get in. It's a low step up height. They do have oversized steps as well. So that was a big complaint before with other models. So they did fix these on this new model. Very low maintenance, very easy to access. Again, this is going to cut back on maintenance and service costs as well. All these new machines are a lot easier to access, things like pulleys, motors. Another thing another feature we normally don't think about, but this one, the sides of the stem mills are not exposed. So if you drop something, very unlikely that you lose something like components. It does have a tray as well. So in the event that it does go in the front part of the stem mill, it basically spits it back out. So you would not believe how many headphones we find inside these things. So that is a big problem that they fix. Again, very easy to get in, very safe. This is just more information on some of the nice features on the stair climber. This is a nice highlight of the rest of the carded lineup. So the treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, the majority they're going to have the same type of screen, which is touchscreen. You know, some of your equipment is currently touchscreen. Nice feature about this one is the touchscreen is really just for entertainment. So the main features like speed and incline, there are below the touchscreen. What that does, it prolongs the life of the touchscreen, again, cutting down on the service time and extending the lifetime of your equipment. They do have some new features like Apple Watch. You can basically you scan your Apple Watch on the side of it and automatically syncs it, so you get all of those workouts recorded. And we also have the ability. It does have Wi-Fi capability, so we are able to connect to the internet and get a lot more content for entertainment via Wi-Fi. Things like apps like Netflix, where it does require a subscription, you can use your subscription, but we also have free content from apps like YouTube or a browser where you can access other content, besides having live TV as well. Yes, that is one of the new features that's coming in is, so these are going to have Chromecast. If you're not familiar with Chromecast, is it's very different than Mirrorcast. Mirrorcast is something you've probably seen it where you whatever's on your phone, you project it into a screen, but you still have to control the content from your phone. Chromecast is a little different. You establish that connection once, but you're able to control anything that you have on your phone from the screens. So that's going to be huge. So now, not only are you going to have the live TV capability, but now if you have any specific apps, you know, any workout apps or any other types of apps on your phone, you just have to make that connection with the treadmill or the elliptical once. And after that, you can put your phone away until you're done with your workout. Obviously, you're going to have to do that every time because there are commercial machines that won't save your information. Another good thing is once you're done with your workout, after that 3 minutes is up, if you, let's say you walk out, after 3 minutes, it'll kick you out of any app that you have. So again, your information stays safe, doesn't download anything. So that's a nice feature. This is just some of the features that come as part of having the equipment that do not require any subscription. Run TV is a nice app. Basically gives you 6 different trails. These are interactive trails. So you could be, running down the beach, and as you go up a hill, the treadmill elevation goes up by itself. So it's interactive. And there are different trails for each type of machine. So the ones on the bike are going to be different because it only has specific. But the ones for the treadmill, they're going to have elevation. Those change periodically to every few months because there are internet based off the internet. So every few months, they'll basically put new ones on and you'll get different ones every few months.
We go to the outline now. Just 1 second.
Want to just add the ellipticals. The new ellipticals, for example, are basically a newer version of the ellipticals that you currently have. So again, the people that already use them are not going to miss out on anything. So part of our goal was to not get rid of any features that you currently have, just to make them better.
Branding the AMT.
Correct, the AMTs are a cross trainer, so it's essentially like a 3-in-1. You can do an elliptical motion, which you have now. You can also do a step-in motion, but you can also do a run-in motion. So on the cardio, we have what we call a, you have the treadmills, for example, right? So the treadmills, you may not be able to run on a treadmill if you had any type of surgery, any type of rehab on your knees, right? Well, you can essentially run on the AMT. So the AMT, you're essentially suspended in the air. Now, because of that stride is adjustable up to 36 inches, you essentially will be running, but not pounding on the truss screen.
This is AMT.
AMT, it stands for Adaptive Motion Trainer.
How many of those are we in?
Two.
We have 5 ellipticals now, in lieu of 2 of those, actually 2 of those.
So we're getting 3 new ellipticals and 2 of these AMTs.
Yeah, it will be considered non-impact, so a treadmill is a high impact machine, elliptical is a low impact. The AMT is, it's close to 0 impact as you can get.
And kind of go over the planned outlay of the equipment, kind of rearranging it.
Yes, several pieces of equipment. We're keeping the DAPs that you can see on in line with the door right there. Those are pieces that we already own, and also the Max rack is down below that right there. Kind of you see it as you walk in the front door. We also want to remove the counters that are in that area there, so we can use that area for stretching tables. And then that opens up the area where the stretching table is now, so we can put a longer, obviously put a whole line in that area. And it allows us to open up the free weight area, so we can make it a little bit bigger as well. And it's used a little more than it used to be. And Guillermo and I discussed on the right-hand side under the windows, instead of having that line of equipment, it's in the middle of the floor facing the TVs. You can actually put these, put the recumbents and other cardiovascular pieces under the windows on the right-hand side. And they can either face, he was pointing out, we can have them facing the room. They don't have to be facing, there's not really a view there if you're sitting in a recumbent bike, so probably be facing.
Good report.
Thank you. Any questions? These guys? Yes.
When is this going to happen? We hope this, hopefully this summer. What's lead time after ordering?
So our lead times are very good, but obviously having some of the new screens that we will be providing for the cardio. So those are going to happen before season. So our summer really goes from August, September, where we're looking to have those available. One of the things that we are able to do this in parts as well. You know, so for example, the strength is available right away. And it's just a cardio because the screen with the Chromecast feature that I mentioned, those are basically finished the testing period right now. And officially they're going to be available right around August.
Definitely want to get the most up to date.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. You know.
Is there a way to track machine loads on machine or through Wi-Fi or master system usage? Whereas if the machine can use 30 times a day, 16, is there a way to do that?
Yes, great question. So my background is service. So one of the nicest things about having what we call networked equipment is that we're able to monitor. So because of the touchscreens, we are connected via Wi-Fi. The cardio, for example, we are able to monitor in real time. So if Patrick, let's say someone says there's a treadmill that's down and you're not sure which one it is, I'm able to check it. He's able to check it from anywhere that we have a internet connection. We're able to check errors as well.
What about usage, like, you'd be able to show the hours, like, you know, my odometer on my cars?
Exactly. Yes.
We'll see some equipment's being used way more than others.
Yes, every machine that's connected, we're able to get make sure that it has the latest software. We have any errors, the usage will give mileage, hours. We even have data such as time of the day. We would produce those things. So let's say at the end of the year, you want to see, hey, what's our busiest time of the day based on the car usage? It's gonna populate all that. You can filter that as you want it.
Thank you. Dino?
And yes, just follow up that. Is there, for the sake of testing, upgrading additions? I don't know if it's feasible or not. Is leasing available on this product?
We did both leasing and purchase. We had both those options worked up. And it just turned out that purchasing is a lot less expensive than leasing. All the leasing does is allow us to, you project out the cost over the next 5 years rather than paying it up front. It actually ended up being dollar for dollar. Quite a bit more. What's in the old days where.
Rates are high.
Is there a subscription fee, a continuing cost ongoing after the purchase of the equipment? I would assume Peloton has anything else that gives that.
In this package, the only thing that requires a subscription is the Peloton. It's billed annually. But nothing else. Again, you have the ability to access apps that require a subscription like Netflix, but none of these features, I mean,
How much is Peloton?
how much? The Peloton subscription is $468 per year. It's actually cheaper than what you would pay for your home bike.
If you had two bikes, would it be the same price?
So it's per bike,
It's
right?
per
So if
bike.
you get 2 bikes, you get
It would be
$468 per bike. Right. They're been annual, yes.
Rich?
You mentioned you're gonna keep a lot of the capabilities. There's one machine that I really like, it's good for your shoulders, the shoulder like machine, you know?
Yeah, the side fit one, the white one,
Yeah.
we're actually keeping
Oh,
that.
that's unique. And the second thing, what about all the older? That cycle?
That's what we work with Patrick.
Yeah, usually we have a reseller that will have come in and give us, usually it's times on the dollar, for the. We certainly, I know some people have mentioned that some of our communities might be interested in pieces. We haven't really discussed that. I mean, one of the reasons we don't really do that, at least we just gave it to them, is because we don't want to be responsible for the something that doesn't work breaks. So that would have to be, we did something like that, with that understanding. Otherwise, we have to resell it and take it away and give us nominal fee for
The third thing may not be part of the scope. The TVs now, if you want to listen to TVs, you have to have an FM tuner. No one ever has. that.
we just talked about that.
You
So
won't
may
need that.
not listen to the TVs, listen to this new technology.
So you won't need that if you're on a piece of cardio equipment, it'll have its own TV. But what we're working on is a new technology. I mean, there are apps these days. Essentially, you can, if you were on the strength section, you just basically can keep the TVs on the wall, but instead of having an FM transmitter, which are essentially obsolete, we use an app instead. So there is new technology.
Is that part of the scope of this $245,000?
It's not what we did not. That's something. It could be.
It's web-based, right?
It's very, yeah, it's typically very low. If there's any cost involved, it's usually you have to replace a transmitter behind the TV. But other than that, it's very minimal cost compared to the scope of work.
This comment may not be.
Well, that's the same technology we have
Seems
on the
like
bar
it's-
TVs, and we can just add that technology. Wavecast is what we have out there. It's just like I said, an app you add to the TV so you can listen to your headphones.
Okay.
It seems like they have TVs, but they can't listen. Walkman.
Yeah, I had several of them right in my office, I love them.
Yes.
What time do you say you choose?
So on the Peloton commercial bike, we put a dual pedal, which gives you a cage. Basically, if you want to wear just regular sneakers, or it does have a commercial clip. That are different from your Peloton bike at home. So for example, if you take a spin class right now, you'll be able to use those same spin shoes on the Peloton bike.
Any other questions for these guys? Okay, thank you. Great report. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Looking forward to this.
It was exciting.
Very exciting. It turns out we do not have a design review committee written report this month, so there will be no new business. Do we have any board member comments? Okay, and any resident comments? I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Let me check online just one sec. Nope, no comments.
Nope.
Question. Music on,
Pardon?
what music?
Do we know who the?
I forget the name of the group. It was blasted out today, so look on your email.
Okay, so motion to adjourn.
There you go. That's
There
it.
you go.
So motion.
Okay, and a second. Thank you. We are adjourned.
Right.
Thanks.
Just